Welcome to the XSF Podcast, hosted by Devante and Lou. This is the podcast to show that every human is capable of being extreme. Tune in to discover how you are too.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another amazing episode of the XSF Podcast. You got your host, me, Devante, and host Lou. Say what up to him, Lou.
What's happening?
Yeah. Hey, and today we dove into mindset. We really just talked about some things that are going on in each other's lives and, really kind of took that into effort and the time we have and how much effort we're putting into the time we have to do the things that we want to do. Make sure you listen. It's a good episode. Nice and short and sweet. Get you some ear loving. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Lair Skate Park and Skate Shop. Thank you to you guys for supporting us and all the skaters around here in the U.S. and especially Minnesota. Mantecoso Skateboards, thank you to y'all as well. You guys are amazing, always giving back to the community. Make sure you check them out. And if you do hit them up, let them know XSF sent you, and they'll give you 10% off. Hey, Lou, let them know what's up.
We got Jetty Woodwork in Long Beach, New York, a veteran-owned and operating woodworking company with locally sourced wood. That's Jetty Woodwork on Instagram. And we got Batch Roasting Co. out of Brooklyn, New York. Ethnically sourced coffee produced by phenomenal people right here in Brooklyn, New York. That's Batch Roasting Co. And at checkout for a 15% discount, plug in LBOMB at checkout for a 15% discount.
Boom. Hope you all enjoy.
You'll pass yourself out, so don't do that.
All right.
How was your first day at work?
It was good.
With the real job.
So I had orientation yesterday, and then today I had so I'm going to be that was weird. I'm going to be a driver for home furniture, right? So delivering the people's furniture and kind of making people's days in my eyes, because you get to bring them a new piece of furniture. It's kind of dope. But right now I'm working in the warehouse and stuff, and it felt actually really good, dude. I realized I like having that initiative job where I can all right, tell me what to do and let me just learn real quick and then do it. And they let me do that there, and then I did really well. The bosses all liked me and stuff, so it seems to be going pretty good. Which is kind of funny because it goes into exactly what I want to talk about today. Because it's well, why do I have this job? Well, because, hey, being a coach out here, it's not the easiest thing in the world, right? And, with COVID happening and all this other crap, I can make excuses all day. But really what it boils down to is me wanting a better plan for myself, right? Regardless of what I'm doing, I needed something that was going to be all right, here's a guaranteed paycheck for right now because I have 2 kids and a wife at home. I don't have time to be kind of messing around with things. So I was let me pick up a little job real quick, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to get stuff done. That doesn't mean I'm just going to stop doing what we're doing here. You know what I mean? I literally just got off, hopped in the shower and set up the podcast. Now we're here and I got to go run errands here in a little bit for the family. You know what I'm saying? The effort you put in to the thing, to your life, you can really see it when it boils down to okay, what do I want? What do I want to do most? This, right? Well, in order to get there, I need to make sure I'm not kicked out of my house or evicted because I can't pay rent. I got to make sure my family eats and I eat so we survive and all these other things, right? Until the business is able to produce that for me solely, and it's I'm all right, cool. Then, it's smart to have a plan. And I was all right, well, let me take the initiative, get this job, and still put that effort in where I'm doing it, what I love to do. Because it's more of, in my mind, I look at it hey, I could sit here and hit up people, be hey, consultation, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm not going to lie, when I get people into a consultation, I've sold every client that I've sat down with so far. Since I've started XSF, I've had them at least sign up for 3 months of training. And for me, it's more that barrier of online, where it's yeah, that's an unsure thing for me right now, right? And it's if I was in a gym as a personal trainer, different story, right? Because at least until you get that amount of clients to where it kind of supplements the income you get from hourly. I'm pretty sure a lot of gyms still do hourly. I know when I started working at a gym when I came back, that's how it was, right? Like it was hourly and then went to getting paid. Once you got the amount of clients, that kind of like negated the hourly pay. But they also don't pay very well. Not for the bills that I got with the family I have. And, you know, hey, medical bills, bro, they be smacking you, dude. You'd think TRICARE would have a little bit better care of me as a, you know, but it's all good.
You know, I noticed, like, it's almost like you're sounding like you're trying to, like, defend the fact that you got a 9-to-5 to support the family for now while building a business on the side.
But it's like the smartest
decision.
decision.
Because I think a lot of what people talk about, I think a lot of people, but the reason I think you would even feel to even try to, like,
because
at
I
least
do feel
sound
like I have to defend it. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people talk nowadays like, dude, if you're not put, like, that whole, like, success is when you want as bad, you're going to breathe. Like, all right, maybe to some people. Like, bet. Like, that definitely, obviously,
I did that, bro.
Is what it is at time, right? Like, if you put, no, but not just that. I'm saying, like, when people have that, like, it's that, you know, burn the boats or back against the wall thing, like, I bet that does work for some people. But you have 2 kids and a wife and a house that you have to pay for. So it's like, I'm trying to start this business, but I ain't going to let these people starve because I'm trying to start a business. Look at it too. You know what I mean? So, like, to me, it's the hustle of, like, yo, I'm smart enough to understand I got to pay for these. And guess what I'm going to do still? Get after the business. I'm not going to put on the back burner. You know, that's the hustle. Yeah. To me, that's that hustle stuff. Like, the whole, like, yeah, if you can afford, like, I am in a better position to be able to, you know what, screw the day job. As long as I can pay this rent, I'll be all right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even food-wise. Because it's just me. A lot of these people that talk like that aren't coming from the position in which you're coming from with 2 kids at the age. It's not like you have 2 kids at 30 after you worked a couple of years and you got some in the bank. It's like, yo, I got 2 kids out of left
24
and a wife and a house. It's like,
trying to make it work.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like, chill out. You know, but that's just something I noticed with that because, like, yo, you're getting after it. That's the thing. Like you said, we're out here doing it. And, like, it's the effort behind it. It's the effort that you're putting in to get after it. Because I don't know if everyone would just want to hear me talk for 20 minutes by myself here. I'd make it nice.
Oh, I know.
But we need you here. You know what I mean? You know, so I was very glad that you were able to come through. Because, like you said, it's all about that effort. And
that's the thing, too. Is
all about that effort.
Okay, like when you were saying that, I love that you brought that up. Like, yes, you can have, like, that mentality, but also, like, what I look at it too, like, even if you don't have wife and kids, right, but you have, like, loved ones in your life that you like to spend time with, this and that, like, for me, at least this is just me speaking personally, right? I can't speak for anybody else, but I know me personally, I will always do what I need to make sure that the people I care about most are there, and also that the fact that I'm putting respect toward what they need too while I'm doing this, right? So, yeah, I could also come home. And I have a gym sitting right next to me. I could come here and just film a bunch of stuff, right? I could get off work. I'd come home and film a bunch of stuff, edit stuff. But then what does that do? It takes me away from my family. What do I want to be doing when I get off work? I want to be with my family. So what then do? I wake up at 3:30 in the fucking morning so I can get stuff done before I go to work at 6, whether that's me skating or me working out or me filming some stuff for XSF. You know, whatever it may be, I'm making it happen. Now, I'm also getting good sleep because I'm going to bed way earlier than I've ever went to bed, but I'm also feeling better than I've ever felt because I'm getting the right amount of sleep. You know, I have my and also it's keeping me more focused, dude. Like, that's the thing is, like, I went hard, bro. Like, I was in that every day up. Like, I had the gym inside of Third Lair, right? Like, before all the stuff kind of got, like, crazier around here in Minnesota, I had the gym out there, and I was out there every day, just like you hear, like, Joe DeFranco, all these dudes talking about. And it's funny because you listen to their podcast now and they're actually telling coaches, like, hey, we've been in this for a long time, we've done that, like, up at 4, work from 6 all the way till 9 at night type of grind. And it's like, yeah, we still could have got to where we are without necessarily doing that to ourselves and to the people around us. And that's, like, something huge to me to hear also from something like Joe D, or I've heard from other, and Steffi Cohen is another one where I heard her literally talk about that what she's doing now wasn't really her plan, right? She was in school. She had all this stuff because she had a plan A and a plan B. Like, her big, like, the thing she was, plan A, I guess, was what she's doing now, but she still was doing her school stuff. So, you know, she had that background as well. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. When I hear stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. It does resonate with other people, and at least it's out there. And I just want to speak about it because it's interesting to me, and I love what we do, dude. I fucking love it. Like, I'm not gonna miss out on this.
Yeah, to me, it's like everyone just goes like whatever works best for you, whatever method's best for you. You know, like anything. Like I was saying with time earlier, like anything. If you sat there and dedicated 8 straight hours to one task, you're gonna bang it out faster than you bang it out if you dedicated an hour a week over 8 weeks, obviously. You know, so it's like, you know, you can have to me, it's like you can have any mentality you want as long as actually what you're producing is quality for people. If that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, if your endeavor is stocks, then it's like,
I would say it like this.
Study stocks all day and do your thing, you know? But like if you're gonna be, as long as you're putting it out for people and whatever works, like, you know, something I was giggling about before when you mentioned how you wake up at 3:30 is I've never seen you once post that you wake up so early. And you've been waking up since 4:30 for a minute, bro. Since I've been chilling with you, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, and you know what I've never seen you do is post that, you know? So it's like,
that's my time.
Because like you know,
that's
dude, no, it's just like listen, you're doing that. You don't have to let everyone know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, well, what does that matter? Like, I just brought that up because it was relevant to the conversation. You know, it's like.
No, I know, and everyone right now is posting what time they wake up. You know,
and
my
daily
they're burning, they're lighting things on fire,
like,
they're lighting things on fire and all that, which is cool. So you know, I love the people, but I just laugh because it's like, bro, the world I grew up in, it was like if you had a 7 a.m. start, you were up at 4 a.m. your whole life. No one gave a shit. You're just doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
so it's like anything, and like a reason I want to speak about effort today is because I had a realization when I was at the gym earlier. Like now that I have, well, allegedly at the gym.
I was gonna say
now that I have some time. Yeah, some time of being home. If I was to be doing that stuff, it's the effort of like I would go into the gym after like work and I'd blow through my mobility part and stability part and just get the strength training, and it would screw everything up because I'd be in more pain. My muscles all messed up. Like the effort that you put into things, like that's what I noticed. Like, yo, the effort. If I was to be going to the gym today, the effort that I possibly metaphorically put into my mobility today and my stability, and then the lift, it was amazing, game changer of an everything about the lift. And you notice that with anything you do in life, like we said honestly last week, the podcast we recorded, we both felt amazing about because we both had a really good prep about it because that's the effort you're putting into doing things, you know. So it's like the effort you're putting in to be like, you know what, listen, they got to eat right to screw now. So I got to put this extra effort in, get up extra early, be on top of my stuff to do what I got to do to thrive while keeping them alive, you know? So that's what it is. Like anything, it's effort.
And that's what I was going to mention earlier too, is like, you said the 8 hour or, you know, an hour for 8 days. And for me, it's like, regardless of the way you decide to do it, that's what it's about. It's how much are you putting into that moment in time that you have. Like, if you can only spend 15 minutes on the task you really want to spend 15 time on, but put hard ass work into those 15 minutes. Put your all into it, you know. And that's what it's all about, you know. And I think,
well, because that's I'm so glad you brought that up because that's what it is. Like I've caught myself numerous times, like when I used to try to read a book a week, it'd be like, yo, you're just trying to do this to tell people on Instagram to read a book a week. You're taking 30 minutes a day of work.
That's why we jive.
Without a doubt, dude. You know, because like now when I read, I'm like, oh, I spent 2 months reading this 600-page book, but I learned what was in it. Obviously, I got to breeze back to really catch up, but I learned. Like I can rephrase a lot of it. Like I understand it. To me, that feels so much better than telling anyone, look how fast I'm reading. And it's like you were saying, putting the time into anything. Like if you say, I'm going to give a straight hour, you put the phone away and you dedicate, you're going to get so much more out of that hour than if you're like, I'm going to read this book in a day. You know? Like, if you're going to read it in a day, bet. But it's really the time, what you're doing with the time. Like, if you're like, I'm going to spend an hour reading this book, but you're checking Instagram every 5 minutes, or you're looking out the window, or you're going to make food, or you're doing 10 other things within that hour. But, like, when your timer went off, you put the book off because you think you read it for an hour. Much different than dedicating full attention to any task.
I've noticed that lead to in myself, too. I got to get going here soon, but this is, like, kind of the last thing I want to mention is, like, I love you said that because I know in myself, like, I've done that before, right, where you know you got to get something done. You know, I might be sitting here trying to do something, and then I'm like, oh, wait, no, got this, and stuff's going through my head, and I'm not fully focused, and then my hour goes off on my timer that I had, right? And then what does that leave me with feeling? I feel like straight dog poop, dude. You just feel like crap about yourself. Like,
yeah, dude. Incomplete.
You're mad. You just and it might not hit you right away. It just and for me, I know that's what it is, right? It doesn't hit me right away. It's something that I then will hold on to subconsciously, and then I'll just be grumpier throughout the day, right? And then it's not until I get a chance to slow down, because I got kids upstairs. I go upstairs. I play. I do all this stuff until I have a second to sit and like realize, like, oh, dang, I'm not too happy with myself. That's why I've been like a little cranky. Like, I always have to ask myself, like, why was I a little bit more grumpy with my kids? I have feedback to go off of because I have a 3.5-year-old and about to be a 1-year-old. Like, they do things that make you upset, and being able to control myself like as much as I can, and then having like those moments where I may not be like, and be a little bit grumpier, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, okay, like what went on in my day? And usually it's because I feel some type of way about not getting done what I wanted to get done, and then realizing, well, did I really put in the effort to get it done? Usually not.
Exactly.
Boom.
That's what it is. Because you realize you're disrespecting yourself and the time that you have, especially when you actually say, I'm going to dedicate X amount of time, and you actually don't do what you said you were going to do. You feel that. And then you get stronger at doing that and being that. So that's why you got to really dedicate that focused attention and give yourself a lot of effort to get that time in.
Love it. Respect yourself.
That was it. A quick mindset one today. Yeah, respect yourself. We have to check your own self, because when other people start checking you, you think it's them and it's not you. And when you think it's them and it's not you, then you can't have open time to fix yourself, because you're blaming everyone else instead of taking the responsibility and putting the effort in to fix yourself. Beautiful.
Hey, everyone is capable of being extreme.